The holidays are right around the corner, so we are in a season of giving and receiving gifts. I want you to think back to the best gift you were ever given. Why was it the best gift you ever got? What made it so special? Today I want to talk about why adversity in our lives is actually a gift and what we get from it. If you want to find out what those things are, then keep watching, because I'm going to talk about that right now. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you're returning. My name is Danielle and today I'm excited to continue on in my three-part series on adversity. Today I want to share with you why I believe that adversity actually is a gift in our lives and what it gives us. Now I know that might seem a stretch because a lot of us when we're going through adversity don't feel good about it, we don't like it. I would really recommend that you watch the first video in the series if you haven't done that already. Last week I talked about what you should be feeling and how we process going through adversity when it first hits us, and I talked about the fact basically that it sucks. And let me just tell you, now that the video is live on my channel, I can share this. There was a lot of adversity just getting that video done. Holy cow, that was so challenging, and to be honest, that video took me 4 hours to film because I had some complications and difficulties filming outside, and I had some challenges with my phone, and by the time I came home, I was really irritated. And you guys know, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, that I always open with a question or a thought and then I start my video. Well, I didn't do that last week because I was irritated. I really didn't have anything positive to say. So if you watched that video and you saw my opening where it's just basically words punching a hole in the wall, sometimes don't we feel like that? We feel like adversity just comes along and punches us in the gut and it just takes the wind right out of our sails and there really are no words. So actually last week when I was editing that video, I was so irritated and I was crying and I was mad, and so that was my opening for that video because I was irritated and honestly I didn't have any positive words to say. But you know what, that's real, and that's really what happens a lot of times when we are hit with adversity and when we're going through it. A lot of you know this already, but I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist. There's a lot more fantastic advice and a lot more wisdom on adversity than just what I'm going to share. But like I said, this is just my own nuggets of wisdom, life lessons that I've learned through my personal life. And like I said in my video last week, I probably could have a PhD in adversity because I've had a lot of it in my life. Next week I'm going to share bits and pieces of my life with you as I talk about the adversity that I've gone through throughout my life and share some of that with you when I talk about how we can take the adversity that we go through and turn it into our greatest ally and use it to our advantage as we move through our life to become successful in the areas of endeavor that we want to pursue, and as we continue on to become the kind of person that we aspire to be in our lives. So if you don't want to miss that video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, ring the bell so you never miss a video. I do upload weekly, and make sure that you're following me on Instagram so you can connect with me more personally when I do my Instagram live streams on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. I'd love to see you over there. So if you did watch my video last week, I talked about how basically adversity sucks. When you first get hit with it, you can't be expected to be all positive and thinking long term and thinking about what you're going to learn and how this is going to grow you. It just really sucks and you just have to get through it. You have to accept it. One thing I do want to say about that is that there's no time frame for how long you're going to feel that way as you move through handling the adversity in your life. It depends on the situation, and it also depends on your personality and your emotional makeup. Everybody is different, everybody has a different emotional makeup, and everybody handles struggles, hardship, and trauma differently. And so the way that one person might handle an adverse situation might be totally different from the way another person handles it. So just know that you could be in that time frame where you're just feeling like this sucks and you're adjusting and you're just trying to accept what's going on for quite some time, and that's okay. Two of the greatest gifts you can give someone that's struggling with adversity in their life are affirmation and validation. When someone opens up and shares with you that they are struggling with adversity in their life, please don't ever say, it's really not that bad, or you'll get over it. Those kind of comments are not helpful. A lot of times they are really hurtful and they really just make someone feel worse. So please don't ever say that. If you can affirm someone and validate that they have the right to feel how they're feeling and empathize with how they're feeling, that really is a great gift that you can give someone that's struggling with adversity. Keeping in mind as you go through the stages of working through your adversity. You could be in one stage longer than another stage, and however long it takes you to move through the stages is totally fine. The stage that I'm talking about right now, where you really can view adversity as a gift in your life rather than something that was just negative, can take a while to get to. Sometimes it doesn't happen until that particular adverse situation is over for quite some time, and you're able to look back and really see, oh yeah, I see that during this time I was able to do this and this and this and develop this and this and this within myself, and then you can really see it as a gift. But it can take a while to get to that point, and that's totally okay. But keep in mind that you do want to get there, because in order to see adversity as your greatest ally and use it to your advantage, you do have to be able to see the gifts that adversity gives us. The natural human tendency when we're going through adversity is to think about what adversity takes from us, not what it gives to us. We think about the fact that it's taking our energy, it's taking our time, it's taking our money, and it's taking our mind or our mental health. And that's why when we struggle with adversity, we're being hit on so many different fronts, physically, emotionally, and mentally, that it really can become all-consuming and really just drain us of all of our strength and a lot of our positivity. So it does become really hard to frame adversity in any kind of positive light. But I do want you to have a little bit of a paradigm shift, and as I said, I understand that this can take some time. It's not going to happen right away, but really looking at what adversity gives us, not just what it takes from us. So if we have a paradigm shift and we look at it in this way, yes, adversity takes our time, but what it gives us instead is grit. And yes, adversity does drain us of our energy, but what it gives us when it does that is the ability to develop perseverance. And yes, sometimes dealing with adversity can even drain us of our financial resources and take our money. But when it does that, what it gives us is the ability to become creative and resilient as we look to rebuild our financial future, oftentimes in ways we never thought of, sometimes in even better, more secure ways as we move forward. And lastly, when we're dealing with adversity, adversity can really take our mind. And what I mean by that when I say that is that it can really challenge our mental well-being. We're not able to think as clearly, we're not able to be as rational as we normally would, and we are really challenged mentally as we go through adverse situations. But when that happens, what adversity gives us in its place is the ability to become more empathetic and sympathetic to other people, and the ability to develop wisdom about our situation and about how we would handle things in the future. And as we're able to go through it and look back on it, it also gives us clarity of mind. So in the long term, even though it might feel like adversity is making you lose your mind, you're actually gaining a lot of mental clarity and a lot of wisdom and empathy and sympathy for other people as you move through adverse situations. So as I said at the beginning of this video, I really do want you to look at adversity in a different way and have a paradigm shift, and it is really going to help you with what I want to talk about next week, which is how to make adversity your biggest ally and use it to your advantage. So if you're new here, welcome. I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love it, you guys, if you could give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what your greatest struggle is when it comes to handling adversity, just in general. You don't have to share details if you don't want to, but just generally, what do you struggle the most with when it comes to handling adversity? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and spending some of your precious time with me today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and remember to make your everyday ordinary life extraordinary.